Salutations once more, everyone. I'm Father Dugan 9000, and welcome to the second Boom blog, where I give my thoughts on the latest duo of Sonic Boom episodes aired on Cartoon Network every Saturday. Last time I greatly enjoyed the show's premiere, so my hopes were pretty high for this week's duo. Translate this and Buster. And I hate to say this, but oh dear. Once again, I recommend you watch both episodes first and then come back here to see what I think of it, since there shall be spoilers, but the bottom line is I did not like either episode very much. This is mainly because both of them had great, or at least decent ideas, let down by sloppy execution. They're not without their bright spots, but I found myself feeling pretty bored by the whole affair after a while, and wondering what had happened to the fast-paced, well-acted show from the week before. Translate This was the better of the two in my opinion, since its first half was pretty damn good, using the universal translator bot to translate the meaning behind what the characters were saying in a great little twist that added a bit more depth to the characters in ways that include Styx's honesty by translating everything she said exactly as she said it, Eggman's vanity when he snatches the machine later on, Tails' tendency to blame himself for mistakes that weren't in his control, and even a little bit of ship teasing between Sonic and Amy. Yeah, I'm not really into that whole Tsunami thing, or at least the fandom based around it that feels compelled to put a million variations on the same bloody thing up on the internet every day, but as long as it makes sense within the context of the show, I actually won't mind it. Heck, I might even like it, depending on how well it's done. However, the episode starts to fall apart during the second half after Eggman's attempt to tear apart the gang with his own alleged translator. This is where the aforementioned vanity was hinted at, and I was really hoping this would play some kind of role in the episode's climax, but we just get a generic battle against a giant robot instead. Yeah, not a great way to end it. Also, word of advice, if a robot launches a proximity bomb at you, you shouldn't stand in place and shield yourself to move the plot forward. Seriously, it's a bomb! You're supposed to close your eyes and run like hell! I guess we can't all outrun the idiot ball forever, but still. Meanwhile, Buster was just meh throughout, despite actually showing off some of the civilians and a great bit of Eggman trying in vain to pass off the evil flamethrower robot as being someone else's, but it just goes to hell when we see Styx adopt Buster, a mechanical dog that vomits green slime onto everything. Yeah, you can see where the rest of the episode is going. It's a big ball of gross-out gags that you'll either love or hate depending on your sense of humor, but it's sadly let down by the animation. I applaud the team for trying their best with this, but when you have a character based around projectile vomiting, something which is very hard to manage in CGI without it looking cheap or terrible due to it being in effect being splattered onto a character model, it just isn't going to turn out well. I never felt like the dog was actually vomiting at the characters, so most of the episode's jokes fell flat for me. As well as that, I'm under the belief that these two episodes were among the earlier produced, since there's this general feeling of everything not being quite right. The dubbing feels sloppy with some moments dragging on, the voice acting seems stilted like the actors hadn't quite figured out the dynamic at that point, the animation tends to have the characters move robotically when they normally wouldn't, and a lot of the jokes just didn't work. Personally, I didn't enjoy how these two episodes ended up so average after last week's solid duo, thanks to rotten execution. If you enjoyed them, that's great, but I don't think I'm going to watch them again anytime soon. Still, there's always next week for things to pick up, so join me then when we end up with another Styx-centric episode and some other thing happens. I can't remember the plot summary to that other one. Thanks for watching this second Boom blog, tell me your own thoughts on the episodes in the comments, and until we meet again, have a great day, y'all!